Is about the level of engagement that you've had with groups and individuals who are concerned at your department's continued granting of licences for the practice of hare coursing. I note that you've previously said that the activity is regulated and that there are safeguards in place, but that is belied by the reality on the ground, and I'm wondering what contact you've had with individuals who can give you a very different view than the one promoted by the coursing clubs themselves.
Thank you.
The control of live hare coursing, including the operation of individual coursing meetings, is carried out under the Greyhound Industry Act 1958, which is the responsibility of the Minister for Agriculture, Food and Marine. Hare coursing is administered by the Irish Coursing Club, which is a body set up under the Greyhound Industry Act 1958. Licences were issued by my department in August 2014 under the Wildlife Acts to the Irish Coursing Club on behalf of their affiliated clubs to facilitate the tagging and capturing of hares for the purpose of hare coursing for the 2014-2015 coursing season. I have received numerous representations in the last few months requesting me to revoke the licences issued to the Irish Coursing Club and asking me not to issue any further licences to the club. I understand that the majority of these representations have been prompted by an online campaign organised by anti-blood sports organisations urging people to make such representations to the Taoiseach, the Taoiseach, the Minister for Agriculture, Food and Marine and myself. I have not received any requests for meetings on foot of these recent representations.
Thank you. Deputy Daly.
Well, I'm glad that the Minister has verified that there has been considerable contact with her department. I think it reflects the fact that a majority of Irish people are appalled by the live baiting, mauling and killing of hares in the so-called name of sport, a practice which has been outlawed in Australia, in Britain, in Northern Ireland and so on. And I think, I hope the Minister will agree to maybe meet some of the groups, because the problem here is that the licences are being given to these clubs on the basis of certain conditions. Yet information obtained by some of the animal welfare organisations under freedom of information would show that many of those conditions are being violated. For example, the National Parks and Wildlife Service are supposed to monitor these activities. They only managed to monitor 23 events last year. But for example, in Fermoy, a vet was called by the ranger. There was no vet there. That's one of the conditions of the licence. They're supposed to have a vet. Different numbers were given for the number of hares killed in Gorey and New Ross than were tallied by the rangers, again showing a bending of the rules. So there are unlawful practices going on there that I think your department needs to look at, and I wonder, would you meet some of the groups who have this information?
Okay, I thank the Deputy for a response. I know this is an area you're very passionate about, but I just want to be clear, welfare or cruelty issues are a matter for the Minister for Agriculture and not me as Minister for Arts, Heritage and the Gaeltacht. My interest is in the conservation of the hare. That's my area of responsibility, and the scientific evidence available tells me that the conservation status of the hare is good. So from my perspective, I don't have any concerns about the conservation of the hare. As I say, issues regarding the welfare are a matter for the Minister for Agriculture. I have no formal request for a meeting, but if people want to meet, they can contact my office, and we'll certainly look at trying to accommodate them.
I certainly suggest that they do that, Minister, but I would respectfully say that the monitoring of licences is your department's prerogative, and for example, like some of the conditions in relation to those licences are being severely breached. Like one, in for example, Mallow. At the time arranged for the NEPS officer to meet the coursers, nobody attended. In another area in Liscannor, a ranger was intimidated when she asked to check the hare paddock, yet cooperation with NEPS officers is a condition of the licence being granted. Having a vet on call is a condition of the licence, and some of these animal welfare groups, and indeed information from your own departments and National Parks and Wildlife officers, would verify that these breaches are taking place. So presumably when that happens, that is a basis for saying that the licence should be revoked. I mean, there is obviously a bigger picture that the activity in its entirety, in my opinion, should be banned, but there are issues that your department could look at now, because certainly the figures being handed in, you say you've no concern about the amount of hares out there, but the figures are at variance with the real experience of the NETS officers. So I'll get the groups to contact you, and hopefully that might assist in advancing the issues.
Minister.
Okay, thank you, Deputy. Well, just as I said earlier, the conservation of the hare is my responsibility, and the evidence that I'm getting is telling me it's in good conservation status, and you know, from my perspective, there's no issues around conservation. But as I say, if they wish to contact my office, we'll certainly look at a request for a meeting.
Thank you.
Okay.